All right, so moving on, we're looking at our next section in this area chapter, and we're looking at the area of parallelograms specifically. Okay, so we're looking at parallelograms to start. And here we go. So, area of a parallelogram is basically the base times the height, or the altitude, which is another name for the height, times the base of it. Now, the base of a parallelogram can change, but it is essentially b times h. So, any type of parallelogram you have, these include rectangles and squares and all those, but as they rhombi, as they lean to one side or the other, okay, it's going to be your base, and then this would end up being your height or your altitude. And what you end up having is that side going straight down is a 90-degree angle, okay? So it's your base times your height. So if that top base was 10 and the side one and the height was 5, the area would be 50, okay? So that's what it is for our area of a parallelogram. And the reason is because if we took this triangle that's formed right here and we slide it to the other side, we end up with a nice rectangle. And how do we find the area of a rectangle? It's base times height. So it's the exact same thing. Okay, so let's do two examples. So with this one we'll have, 7 and 3. And this one will have 6 and 4 for those. Okay. So take a second to find the area of both of these figures, and we can say that they're in inches and feet. Oh, this should be feet, and this should be inches. Okay, so find the area of both figures. Okay, so the area of the first one would just be 7 times 3, so that gets you 21 inches squared. And the area of the second one would end up being 6 times 4, which is 24 feet squared. Okay. Now, I can do the same thing, and I could change this. And I could say, okay, the entire area of this is 30 feet squared. And now if I say that area is 30 feet squared, how do I find the height? So I want to know what h is. Well, I know that 6 times h has to equal 30. And so how do I solve that? I would divide both sides by 6, giving me an h of 5 feet. Okay. So if you're told the area and you have to find a missing part, it's basically just going to be a division of the base or the height divided by, or the area divided by either the base or the height to find the other one. Okay, so that's our area of parallelograms. Fairly straightforward, fairly simple. So your homework from this section is 419, numbers 1 through 27 all.